So I recently got to play Age of Empires Mythology Retold, and now you need to know that I'm going into this having played the original back when I was a kid, so that was like, 15, 20 years ago. I didn't even know how long ago it was. It was a very, very long time ago in the early 2000s when I played this game, and seeing it come back in a, reimagined form where it's pretty much the same game. It's still, gimmicky. It's never to be taken super seriously. You'll immediately notice that something about this game looks really like odd and weird and off. And if you're trying to take this game seriously, you're playing the wrong game. This game is supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be weird and wacky and like, kind of a little bit about learning about mythology, of all different types of mythologies as well. The game comes with 3 campaigns that you can play through. I hear that there's 2 expansions coming out for it as well. And of course, it has skirmish mode. And man, when I was a kid, I used to just go into skirmish. I would like set all the enemy, like pick the biggest map, set all the enemies over there, and like have like a literally everybody just fighting everybody. And in this game, it looks like you can have up to 12 people playing in one giant map. 12 people is a lot of people. That's some crazy stuff happening. And of course, this isn't only limited to single player. You can go and play multiplayer. You can play co-op with other people from around the world, just like how you would have landed this game back in the day by connecting all your computers in your household and like playing against your siblings and like, kicking their ass or getting your ass kicked, depending on whether you're the older sibling or the younger one. There's even ranked play, so you can actually play this game in a really competitive way, though that does seem a bit crazy to me, but coming off of the Age of Empires kind of like, theme of playstyle, that is something that some players get really into, and this game does come with a few interesting features. Like it has a feature that can change how your villagers act. Like there's a system where you can give them AI and basically divide them up into groups. Like, okay, cool, 20% of you go get wood, 30% of you go get food, 50% of you go get gold. And you're like, and then they just divide and do it. Now, sometimes it doesn't work the way I want it to, but I'm a bit more of a control freak with this kind of game, so I like to control the villagers myself and divide them up the way I want. So it is interesting seeing a feature like that. I don't know who they're trying to cater that for people who don't like RTS games, which is kind of odd because they're not playing this game. Age of Mythology is a RTS game through and through. You see it a lot on mobile games now where you have to like collect all the different, like things like stats, food, energy, and whatnot. This is basically where this all stemmed from. It all came from RTS games, and Age of Mythology Retold is a nice little throwback to the gimmicky game I played as a kid where I used to control the gods and do some cool god powers and play with different, I used to love the Egyptians, and using their stuff was so freaking cool, like causing earthquakes and some crazy shit in people's bases. That is why I played this game. That's why it was so cool. Now, you will see that the graphics does look a lot more modern. Well, if you're comparing it to where it came from, it's very clean. It looks good. It does still have a very wonky vibe to it. Like the characters feel really big. Like when you look at them, the characters look massive in comparison to like buildings and everything around them. But I guess that's also like part of the style that Age of Mythology has always adopted. So if you kind of like look past that and you just, play it for what it is, quite simply, if you liked Age of Mythology or you like Age of Empires, this is a game that you will probably like as well. I mean, I enjoyed it myself.